So as you can see by the mess, I have just opened another package. This is my probably like my most expensive bugs in cyberspace order ever. And I already opened everything this time, and I'm just gonna kind of show you what I got. And I pretty much took everybody out and did a quick look at them, make sure everybody's alive, because the package was actually delayed at the shipping center for a day. So they came a little later than expected, but everybody's moving, so we seem to be in good shape. Now, this is a bunch of stuff that I bought with my tax refund check. It's a lot of rare or seasonal things that I've been trying to get my hands on again. And he just so happened to have almost everything in stock at the same time. So, really excited. First off, this here is a flame-like millipede. I've had a flame-like before. They're probably my second favorite species of millipede. It's really hard. I know the camera is not going to pick up the color on her at all. Let's see if I can get it to focus. Yeah, the camera is not getting her color at all. You can kind of see the red, the yellow legs, but it's got a nice dark brown, black, glossy body, and then she's actually got like these dark maroon bands, which is pretty cool. Take her out. Like I said, I opened everything up before I turned on the camera and got a good look to make sure everybody was moving around. Of course, my camera's not going to focus. Oh, you're going to come right to me. Awesome. That's what I want. You can see the little orange antenna going. It does look like all of the millipedes that I got are female. I'm not surprised. Tends to be what I get. Oh, I'm being munched on, Joy. Are we hungry? Yeah, we're hungry. And now you can kind of see like the yellow legs. Looks like she's actually missing some legs. Awesome. Most of what you get is wild caught. So they're usually not perfect. It's just a matter of whether or not they're healthy. So everything I get goes into a little quarantine cage that I have next to me for about a month before I put them in the community tank and make sure, you know, they're eating and they're just doing fine and everything. But active, definitely active. This camera is not getting the color at all, and I don't think getting any closer and blurring it out is going to help. Man, my camera is really having problems today. Sorry, guys. The focusing. Let's see the little orange antenna. There you go. You might be able to see some of the maroon bands going on. They have yellow feet. And then the upper half of the feet is actually orange. Like I said, it is a female. Which means that her name is going to be Shion. Because the last one I had that I ended up losing, I had a freak accident. And I lost most of my millipede collection except for 2. The last one I had was a female about this side. She was much brighter in the red department, but she was a female and her name was Mion. So I'm going to name this one after the character's twin sister, Shion. And the names come from Hikurashi Koro no Nakani, or When They Cry, or When the Cicadas Cry. It goes by several different names, but it's an anime show. So I said when I got another one, if it was another female, I was going to name it after the twin. This one is definitely not as bright red, but she's got some nice maroony color. It's pretty cool. May develop as she gets bigger. She's totally just munching away at me. Fun sauce. But the little quarantine cages here. I got 3 millipedes that are all going together. And there's the other 2 for the other 2 things I got. So in here I just got some nice damp paper towel. And I don't know how I'm doing this. YouTube, I didn't think of this, I'm sorry. There we go. Nice damp paper towel. A little bit of moss and a bunch of leaves in there. Come on, girl. In there. And I'm going to put all the others in there too. And then I usually pack them with, well, she ate everything. Everything. They just get packed in these little deli cups of food and some wood, and she pretty much ate everything. So, I don't really have much to give her out of her cup anyway. I try to give them a little bit of the stuff they were packed with, you know, rather than throw it out. And then here we go. Here's another species that I had, and I don't know if it was sick or if I screwed up. It actually, when I bought it, it died in quarantine. This is actually a much nicer individual than the one I had before. But this here is an albino Narcissus americanus. Sorry, let me fix the camera. This is the albino American millipede. And the fact that there's an albino millipede just fascinates me. So I had to have one, and I think that every hobbyist, you know, collector, whatever, should have at least one albino in their collection. You know, one albino amongst, whether it's the reptiles or their invertebrates, should have at least one reptile. I mean, at least one albino. So I got this. She's got a little orange on the head, as you can see. Actually, I did not sex this one. She wasn't too keen on the coming out. Still not too keen on the coming out thing. I don't know where Shion went. That one still has a lot of leaves. There we go. Let's see, got some nice orange on the head. I'm hoping we get more of that orange in as it gets bigger. Just a baby. These are all just babies. The Narcissus americanus gets pretty thick around. They're pretty heavy body millipede, and they get about 4 inches. The flame legs stay a little bit on the skinnier side. Maybe not. I'm not entirely sure. I've not seen an adult flame leg. But my roommate and I, the first time that I ordered from Peter, I didn't know what I wanted to get. So my roommate and I split a group box. We got 4 different species. So she paid half, I paid half, and then we each got 2 millipedes. And one of the things that came in the set was an adult female American millipede, which was my roommate's. I actually think I have a video of her. Let me get a good sexing here. Have to get really close up. Oh, we're really shy, which is not uncommon. Narcissus americanus are a very shy millipede. My roommate's was more on the nippy side than anything. I believe this is a female too. So it looks like they're all females, which is kind of cool. So I'm going to need some help naming this one. I never even named the other one. You see just that little tiny thing compared to my thumb. But yeah, really nice orange on the head, and then the rest of the body is pretty dull and kind of brown right now. But again, this is a pretty young millipede. I mean, it's not like a fresh hatchling or anything, but we have a long way to go. We're going to like triple in size. So hopefully some more of that orange will come in. I can faintly see in the rest of the body that a lot of the bands are kind of a peachy color. So we'll see. Is she gonna climb on me? No, we're not too friendly on the up and up here. Let's see if we can get her off and get her in the hair. Typically when you would quarantine, you would want to separate everything. Come on. Oh, she's so small. It's gonna take 2 hands. You would typically want to separate everything in its own container. However, with my millipedes, I don't really bother because they were all in the same shipping box. If one has something, the other's gonna have it. Like I said, most of these are a wild caught anyway. So I just kind of put them all in one. Hey! All in one thing. So, and I've never had a problem doing that. I'm pretty much, when I'm pulling them out like this, I'm checking for wood mites crawling on their body, which is the biggest thing that I'm worried about, is putting wood mites into my established group terrarium. Oh my god, she even has orange eyeballs. That is so adorable. She has orange eyeballs. That's so cute. I didn't even know that. You're not going to be able to see it on camera. My camera's not good enough to do that. Let me see and get a picture. See if this worked for the other one. There you go. Just getting meme ideas. Shoot them. Shoot them out to me. I'm going to go ahead and grab her and put her in here too. There you go. Go in there with Shion. She's going to be like, yeah, dinner. Dinner, dinner, dinner. And then this last one is a species. This here is my favorite species. It is a Florida ivory millipede. This is actually the youngest, smallest, tiniest one I've gotten ever. And seeing as how it is already like crawled all over around, very active. This is a semi-arboreal species of millipede, which is why I love them. My very first one that I got during the as part of the group set was above ground a lot, climbing up, you know, sticks and whatnot. So very great just to even look at, and he was very friendly. This one was crawling on me a little while ago too, and it wasn't munching at me, so that's good. Very young, again, about a 4-inch species. And I'm probably going to get more of these in the future. I usually buy a Florida ivory with every single order that I place, just because, like I said, they are my favorite millipede species, tops. And they're available year-round, though they sell out quick. The flame legs are the first one I showed you. They're available only during the spring and summer. They are more of a pricey millipede, though I've seen them go for way more money. And the albinos, again, they're kind of hit or miss. I think albinos he actually breeds because they're, you know, they're hard to find in the wild. But you can see, very active. It's not stopping to nibble on me. It just wants to explore. This is a female too, so if you've got any name suggestions, let me know. The other two species of millipedes, they will spend a lot of time burrow, but they also, the American millipede, the albino, and the flame leg, when I've had them, they actually spent a lot of time living right on the surface of the soil, right underneath leaf litter, or right under, is it albino? You know, or right under a log, or right under a stick or something. They spend a lot of time, you know, right on the top of the soil, both the albino and the flame leg. So they're very good too. You're not going to see them as much as the Florida ivory, but they are, you know, they're out and about, they're fairly active. They're kind of shy, but you can see she dug down and came right back up. So that's the millipedes. Like I said, they'll only be in here for about a month, and then they're going to go in my nice big cage with my earthworm millipede, who's no bigger than the first one that I showed you. So, alright, next thing is something that I've been trying to get my hands on for a very long time, and every single time I went to place an order, Peter was out. These are giant canyon isopods. So these are basically giant roly-poly bugs. Now these don't roll up, but they're related to a roly-poly bug. They're a flat-bodied cousin of a roly-poly bug, or I guess some people know them as pill bugs or tomato bugs or whatever. Potato bugs, yeah. Potato bugs or pill bugs. And I had oranges before, and I screwed up and killed them all. You can just see it. Look how big these are. Which is perfect. These are all adults. Peter just got in a fresh shipment, and he even cued me in that all he has right now is full-grown adults, so it's perfect to get a colony going really fast. And I bought these to raise them to be feeders because they're big. That's why I was trying to get the giants, because these are about the size of your medium cricket. It's about the same size as a medium cricket. So this is going to be really good for my leopard gecko, my frogs, my skink, you know, any of your medium-sized lizards. I'm sure these are big enough that a bearded dragon could even eat them. So, probably even an iguana. You need a lot of them to feed an iguana, but as a treat, chameleons, all those sort of things. The orange ones that I love so much only get the size of your typical pill bug, so they'd only be good for your small to medium-sized lizards, but these are going to be a lot. You know, it's only going to take a few of these to make a nice meal for my leopard gecko or my crested gecko or my frogs. A few adults anyway. But ice just tend to breed like wildfire. And again, looks like most of them are moving around. I'm looking for wood mites and all that. I'm not really seeing any wood mites climbing around, which is good. last time I quarantined these guys too, and I'm not going to do that again because I had humidity issues. So they are going right into a full-blown growing terrarium. My soil, this is the same thing I use for my millipedes. It's peat moss, coconut fiber to add more volume. I usually use mostly peat moss because I think it holds humidity better than cocoa fiber. But it's cocoa fiber and peat moss, so I get the most volume out of both of my bags. Bunch of hardwood leaves, which are already molding, which is okay. A little bit of mold is okay. These guys eat mold anyway. Woo! We have one crawling out. I'm watching them and they're just like all over the place. He's like, I'm going back in there. And then I mixed in some coconut chunks, like husk chunks, to keep the soil a little bit looser, because I always had this problem where over time with misting it would compact, and then when I missed it, I wasn't getting the water, couldn't drain through to the bottom layer and get the whole soil nice and damp. So I put that in there, and I even added in some moss, some actual sphagnum moss is mixed in here again to keep it loose enough that it can drain through. And I just have little windbreaks. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to unpack these guys, and we're just going to, like I said, I'm just putting them right in here. I'm not even, so you can get a real good size idea of these things. These are awesome. They're kind of too cute and adorable and awesomely big to be feeders, but isopods make good feeders. They're really good to put in your terrariums just as cleanup crews. They'll break down leftover food and poop and all that. So that's really exciting that you can use that. If this goes well, round 2 of isopods goes well, I'm probably going to get more canyon giants in the future, possibly to get my colony going really fast and to split them out into a second colony. But there's supposed to be about 15 of them in here. 2, 3. I think there's, oh my god, there's a whole bunch of them. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's like 9 of them. 10. That one looks like it might have a mite crawling on it. These guys are freaking amazing. Oh my god. I really like them. I like them a lot. I can't say they don't. You can see they're kind of just going right in the soil. This one's a little smaller, a little younger. You can see I'm picking them up and they're not rolling into a ball. These guys are just great. And these, like I said, these are all sexually mature, so I'm sure it will not take long to get some babies all up in here, which is what I want. Oh, here's a little young one. Here's a young one. This is a perfect way to show you. Here's a young one. This is not an adult. It's probably still sexually mature because they can start breeding at a very young age. Where'd he go? So this is a young one, and this is about the adult size of the orange and your gray isopods. This is about how big they are. But you can see, even at this size, one this size is still going to be a decent feeder for something like a leopard gecko or a crested gecko. It's about the size of a small, you know, pinhead cricket. Good for my frogs. So, I mean, the oranges would have been okay, but I really wanted the giants because they're a little bit more versatile. If you breed a large size feeder, then you have your largest adult size or your larger animals, and then you have your younger ones to feed to your, you know, your baby reptiles and your, you know, smaller reptiles. You get more versatility out of them if you're breeding them. Because once the colony gets going, you should have every size available to you at any point. Oops. I didn't get any on the floor, did I? Oh, trying to catch these things is kind of hard. If you've never held a roly-poly bug, I'll tell you, this kind of tickles. These things are amazing, though. These are absolutely amazing. I'm so glad Peter's finally had these. Like I said, this is the species I've been trying to get my hands on. It's just every time I went to go place an order, he happened to be out of the giant canyons. So the last time I placed an order, like I said, I bought the oranges, which are the size of your typical pill bug or potato bug that you're used to. And they're pretty. They're pretty. I'm probably going to get some more oranges in the future and start a separate colony of those. Because they're very gorgeous, but those I wouldn't use as feeders. I'd put them inside my terrariums and use them strictly as cleanup crew rather than feeders, and keep these guys strictly as feeder insects. Just because the color of the oranges is really nice. They had a nice little pop of color to your terrariums and everything. So, oh my god, these guys are so big. They're awesome. I love them. Come on. And every single one of them made it alive. You can see this one's playing dead, though. Usually they're going to roll up. This one might be on its way out. They are adults, so. There you go. See him trying to flip himself over. Woo! Shit. Get on the floor. Not on the floor. Whatever you do, not on the floor. So, that's all of them. You can see there's still some leaves and dirt and whatnot in there, which I'm just going to actually sprinkle in. I'm just going to, because I don't like anything to go to waste. And there's the little one next to an adult. Still really good sized. Really great. I'm loving these. Really excited. Really, really excited to have these. I have another container set up exactly like this, actually. So I can, once the colony starts booming, I'm going to start putting some babies in another one and split it. You should always split your isopod colonies into at least 2 different bins once they start growing. You get better growth that way because you don't have too many individuals per square foot of space. But also then if you do something that you screw up and accidentally kill one colony, you haven't lost your entire colony. You have another container full. So, and then this here, I actually gotta go, I forgot to get them food. I knew there was something I needed. I forgot to get them food up too at work. Gonna spray them down again. These guys I'm doing last because last time they came in with mites. Come here. It's probably gonna play dead. They do that. Here you go. This is a scarab, rainbow scarab known as Phenius vindex, which is the rainbow dung beetle. And these guys came from Texas. They're wild caught in Texas. So there's no guarantee on their lifespan. The ones I had last time, like I said, they came covered in mites. Not like harmful mites. It was just a mite that kind of cleans off their shell in the wild. These guys don't look too bad. I don't see anything crawling on them. Not like I did the ones before. Oh, nope, we have some. Definitely have a few mates. You can see the little antenna. She's like, oh no. These little yellow things are waving around at the antenna. She's definitely fine. I don't know, I don't see any mates. This is one of the girls. These are full-grown adults. In captivity, we actually feed them apples and applesauce. This is their little, they're probably going to get a bigger cage after this. I've shredded paper in there because they do like to dig and burrow. I didn't know if they'd be able to get up on that or not, but I put it in there so they have a place to hide. There's supposed to be 3 of them in here. They ripped up their paper towel. I'm pretty sure these were whole when they went in there. There they are. Pretty small. That might actually be the male. Holy shit. These guys are tiny. I think this is a male, actually. Woo! Where are we going? Oh, it's big! There's the male. This is definitely the male. Nice big horn. Males are gorgeous. I love the females though too. Simply because they look more like the regular Egyptian scarab. Again, I have no names for these. My last ones were all named after gems. I don't know if my male's okay or not. These are worth a lot even dead though. But that girl is huge. Oh my god. She's freaking huge. Very active for sure. Oh my god, she's gorgeous. I mean, look at her. And then look at her. You can see the two. Just huge. They should be on a damp substrate. But because, like I said last time, they had mites. I'm doing dry substrate. It's shredded paper because they do like to dig and burrow. So it's going to be dry substrate with a human hide. And the human hide is where all the mites are going to go. But again, I don't actually see mites on these guys, so. I think he's just playing dead. It's a nice underbelly. And she's very active. She's just go, 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 go. She's in wonderful shape. Hopefully she'll be around for a while. Like I said though, I am questioning my male here. I think he's just playing coy. They do that sometimes. They're scared they'll act dead and they won't come alive. I think last time my male, when I unpacked him, I thought my male was dead and put him in the container and come back at night and he's crawling around all up in the applesauce, just covered in it, all happy-dappy. Because when they get scared, sometimes they'll just freeze and play dead. He could just be a little cold too. So everything made it with the exception of him. Oh, nope, there's the antenna. See? He's just playing coy. You can see the antenna moving. He's just fine. Might be a little old and on his way out, but look at her. She's gorgeous. So I'll have pictures later for DeviantArt and everything. But there's the unpacking, and if you guys got any name suggestions for anything that I unpacked, please let me know. These dung beetles are, it's a trio, so it's one male, one definite female, and one that the sex is not obvious. This is obviously a male. This is actually possibly a major male. It's got a really nice horn on it. I'm guessing the really, really big one is the